Grand Rising, Facebook family, Grand Rising. I hope everybody is doing fantastic on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. I believe today Wednesday, right, Crystal?
Yes, it's Winning Wednesday.
Wednesday, Winsday. Okay. Well, guys, my name is Tracy Walker, and if you're just tuning in, you've never seen me before. I'm a home-based business expert. I primarily help and show single moms how to leverage and grow their income online through trading, and that's trading in the markets of forex, binary options, stocks and indices, and of course crypto. And I have someone who really I just met like a couple days ago, right? And she is a powerhouse, and her name is Crystal Wilkinson. And we decided we would jump on a live together. So I want Crystal to talk to you guys a little bit about her and what she does. And then we're gonna have a little discussion because we want to talk to you guys about whether collaboration is important, or is that like a real currency, or should we just continue to stick to the whole if you want to do it, if you want it done right, you got to do it yourself. So Crystal, Grand Rising, girl, what's up?
Grand Rising, Rich Rising. Thank you for having me, Tracy. Thank you for connecting with me. Like we say, connection, collaboration is the new currency, is the new vibe, is the way. Yes. If we ain't connecting and collaborating, you really just, to me, is just shrinking and drowning. I mean, working backwards.
It really is. It really is. So, Crystal, what is your background? Like, how did you even we're working together, right, on a project, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go. But how did you get to where you are right now? Like, what's your background? What do you do? Tell us about you.
Okay. So, a little bit about me. I like to say I come from humble beginnings. I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. I was raised in Atlanta. My parents got divorced at a very young, when I was a very young age. And with that being said, my upbringing was a little challenging for me. I had got on my own at the age of 14 years of age and been on my own ever since. Got into a lot of different things, but I made it out. I was a young mom as well. And, with that type of, I guess, how should I say, with that type of background somewhat, it was a little challenging, but I made it through. And so how I got into the realm, the space where I'm at now, is that I end up getting tired of doing the things that I was doing in the streets, tired of the fast life, the fast money. When I went to jail, I had prayed to God to take me away from what I wanted, what I was doing at the time. And so I landed a corporate America job.
Wait a minute, time out, Crystal, time out. Okay, now you didn't drop that out there. So wait, you actually went to jail?
I have been to jail a couple times, yes.
A couple times?
Yes. But when I was younger, I used to like to boost. That was one of the things I like to do. And I had went to jail. And the last time that I went to jail, I just prayed to God to take that feeling away from me. And I said, I just want to get out of this whole space. And I used to do drugs and all kind of stuff. So I was really ready to be on a straight and narrow. And it happened for me. And I landed a job in corporate America. And I like to tell people corporate America was like my college. It raised me. I was there for like 17 years. But, in corporate America, it was basically, no shots to anybody, but it was like corporate slavery for me.
Yeah.
And it wore me out. It wore me out. And to the point where one time I had complained about treatment that I had on a job and they fired me. And it really threw my whole world upside down. And at that time I had just one daughter and I really didn't have much money. I had a baby daddy. I was dependent on him and his lifestyle and his stuff. And I went into a deep depression. And I ended up connecting with an amazing individual, one of my coaches, and she was the one who introduced me into network marketing.
Okay.
So when I got into the network marketing space and selling the products that they had at that company, I had made so much money in such a short amount of time. It was mind blowing. Mm-hmm. And also I had transformed mentally a lot and physically. I lost like 80 some pounds and my mindset shifted and it opened my eyes up to a lot of different things and a lot of self-awareness too. And so I did that company And I'm not gonna lie to you, things happen, as you know, in society, in business, where it shifted.
Yeah.
And at one point I was all like this, then it started and you know, it left me in a space where I had to, you know, figure out some things. And then I was reached out. Well, I ain't gonna say just reached out, but Jared had been reaching out to me and telling me, hey, let me show you another way. Like, let me show you how to get more income by other streams. And, you know, and I said, oh, well, I don't have time. I don't think I can learn it. You know, honestly, I thought I wasn't capable of learning how to trade.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally said, you know what, let me take him up on his offer. What can I do? You know, what else? You know, either I'm going to get it or maybe I don't get it. Let me just give it a shot and see what happens. And that's what I did. And I went ahead and I got in there. And I just can't believe like how in such a short amount of time and right directly on my phone, not talking to anybody or anything, not promoting, not having team meetings, that I'm making some real life, like substantial money, just clicking on my phone. Like right now I got a trade I need to do. But I'm a mistake. But yeah, simply making some real money on my phone in minutes.
Yeah.
And so now I've came to being introduced to you, the amazing Miss Tracy Walker. And I'm excited. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me. And that's how I got here. That's a short snippet.
You know, and I think you know, everybody could read between the lines. Look, this brother, Bernie, he says, I respect you, ladies. He said, I should have went to jail a couple times. Okay. And to be honest, you know, I'm from the inner city of Chicago. I probably should have went a couple times too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just through
God's grace.
Bernie, it's different lanes. It's different lanes. You know, I did have good friends around me, right? And our parents knew each other like that, but I still, you know, the boyfriends I had early on, right? And being caught up in the mix. And I like the guys that had the car with the rims and I'm riding in the car, right? I got the pullover starter jacket, all of this type of stuff when you don't really know what they into. You know what they into, but not what they into. And when people start looking for them, they start looking for you, you know? And so, been able to slide through a couple situations, right? And so blessings to you for, number one, I think the main thing is having a transformation, right? Because we all learn and we all grow, we have different journeys, but it's when you can have that moment in time where you said, man, I just asked God, please remove this from me. That desire to change right there is what make everything, you know, a 180. And so I'm glad that you ask that question, because then the Most High could definitely answer and take you down a different path, and we get here. Guys, if you don't know, she's talking about Jared Wilkins, who is a good friend of mine I've known for some years through the industry. And right now, Crystal and I are partnered in the same company, the same project. And Jared actually is the vice president of sales for the U.S. And we are in a pre-launch. We're building the U.S. Crystal and I, thankfully, are both in Atlanta together, right? So we're going to be doing some things here in Atlanta and really just trying to inspire and pull people up that want to be, right? That want to be pulled up. So we were talking about collaboration. So I remember Jared sent me a message. He says, hey, I want to connect you with Crystal. You know, she's right there in Atlanta. And generally speaking, like, I'm very open, you know, to working with people and things like that. So I said, sure, connect us. So we did a little 3-way chat. And then Crystal and I connected on the back line, on the back. And you know, so far, I mean, we have just, I mean, you know, we're just getting to know each other. But I think when you're talking about relationships and you're talking about getting to know people in business, personal, otherwise, I think having that open-mindedness to embrace other people, other ideas, right? Because that's really what the foundation of collaboration is. It can't just be all the way Tracy always done something or the way Crystal always done something. Being able to take ideas and merge them so that it's for the greater good, I think is very powerful. And so I look forward to like just getting to know you more, you know, and I know we have our project that we're working on. I'm super excited about that. So Crystal, let me ask you this. Why do you think initially that you were not going to be able to learn it? Did you have an impression that it was harder than it was? Like what was your visual about it where you initially were like, I don't know if I could do that?
I'm gonna be real with you. Conditions that I created in my mind, and it may have started from me just getting on. Everybody know about Webull, um, Robinhood. You know, you just get on there because you hear your friends saying, "Oh, I trade or I move a little crypto or this that." So you know, I was one of those people who just hopped on there and just tried to watch a little YouTube here and there, a tutorial, and tried to understand trading. And I'm gonna be honest, I created a condition in my mind that I can't get this. Like, this is too much. I need some serious training, education to really make some money work. And I just blotted it out. Like, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit some money over here and hopefully it'll flip, because I don't have time to really get in there like that. I don't understand what they're saying. I don't know what NASDAQ. I don't know none of this stuff. I don't know what this chart is.
Right.
So I had created a condition in my mind that this was too much and I didn't have the time, because like I'm a single parent as well with 2 daughters, and I'm juggling a lot of things on top of multiple businesses. And I just felt like I didn't have the time, nor did I have the mental capacity.
I think that's fair. I think it's roughly almost everybody, I say, unless they've already been traded before, they've built up this construct that it's time consuming, it's hard. I'm not going to be able to fit it in. I'm not going to be able to navigate this landscape. And the reality, as I try to share with people, is I don't know. I hear you, but really, we're just copying and pasting. Now, I'm not saying going down the lane of learning it will not be a curve. I'm saying that to even get going, girl, we copy and paste and keep it.
And you know what? That's what Jared had told me. That's what really got me. He said, Crystal, if you can respond to a text, if you can copy and paste, you can do this. And I said, are you serious? He said, that's all. If you can respond to the text or copy and paste, you can do this. And that's what really got me right there. That's when I was like, okay, how much is it?
Right, because that's all I got to do. But I'm gonna be honest. Now, I come from a digital background in terms of network marketing, right? Information products, digital. So I've been that way since 2007. Okay.
Oh, so you high tech. Look,
I am. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I am
awesome.
But I've learned it. In 2008, I was not. I had a real estate investment company, and I was not high tech. I wasn't on the internet like that. I wasn't any of that, right? I understood business. I have a master's degree in business, so I understood that. But coming onto the internet, 2008, especially when social media, I think Facebook was just starting like 2006, right? It wasn't popping like it is right now. You don't have all these people out here like, oh, Wi-Fi money. No, people were starkly against the internet in network marketing, right? Literally, I had uplines that were, we're not going to work with you because you want to do the internet, and that doesn't work. Right? It was the reverse. And so I'm like, no, there have to be a better way, you know? And so I never really sold physical products. I think I sold physical products one time. I was in Mona V for a minute. And then I was in a company called Drink ACT. They were a subsidiary of Youngevity, which is health and wellness.
Okay.
And I did that one because it was like energy drinks, right? And people were popping energy drinks, and that didn't seem that hard. Then I was like, I got back into my digital world.
Okay.
Then in 2017, I started trading. But in 2020, when the whole pandemic thing started, I thought people would be a little bit more health conscious. So I said, you know what, it might be a good time to get into health and wellness. So I started selling health and wellness products, right?
Right.
And it did good, Crystal. It did good. But I got tired of pushing product. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to send it to you. I don't want to have to, oh, can you sample it first? Oh, I got to meet you somewhere. Oh, can you cash at me? Oh, can you? It was cool. But at the end of the day, I like the ease of, I can create something, right? I can create an ebook, a folder, like we're doing this video. We create this thing one time. Now I can go and I can use things to sell it over and over and over again. I don't have to try to find a whole new person every time that I need to sell something. I felt that was my experience. I know that's not with everybody, because there's some people that absolutely thrive in that world, right? it was just a weakness for me that I was like, you know what, I'm like a fish out of water. And I got back. So that's how I came over here, was I got back into this. And Jared and I had a conversation just about that. He knew I had a digital background. He's like, Trace, come on, I've been in products all this time. The goals that you have, do you really think, he asked me, he said, do you really think that you're going to be able to get back to 100 grand a month doing physical products? Now, it doesn't mean it's not possible for anybody.
It's just more work. It's more work. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm still in the physical product realm. It is more work that way.
It is more work. Well, and I guess the type of work, because you could look at what I do on the internet and be like, oh, that's too much work.
Yeah. Yes,
so, it's the type of work. So let me ask you this. I know that you have a branding around like health and wealth, right?
Right.
So how important is it for you to make sure that not only people understand the power of the financial sector and how they can benefit from that, but also being able to take time, especially as a single mom, being able to take time for themselves and take care of their bodies and not overwork so much to the point where, you know, you're lacking on your own physical health?
Yes, yes. So let me tell you, I used to shoot for balance for years, especially being self-employed. Definitely, I used to shoot for balance, and I'm gonna be honest. There's no such thing as balance as an entrepreneur. It's called prioritization. I had to learn that. So with prioritization, when you're speaking of health, wealth, it definitely has to be a balance. And if you're wanting to be mentally capable of execution, you got to have the right mindset and mentality, which comes through your health, right? So at the end of the day, if there's no prioritization on your health, your inside, your mind, then for me, and what I've seen is that there's no great results on the other end of that spectrum, which is your wealth. So prioritization for me, it runs hand in hand. Health, wealth, mental health, physical health, spiritual health. Yeah. It all runs together hand in hand. You know, if you don't have this right up here, how can you go over there? Like you got, if this isn't, if the kingdom, if this vessel right here, if this is not right, how can you produce the results that you need to produce?
Exactly.
It runs hand in hand. Yeah. So yes, I'm all about health and wealth.
They say that we spend all of our health to gain our wealth, only to turn around and spend all of our wealth to regain our health.
Again.
Come on now. We don't got time for that type of cycle. Okay. I don't. My son is 7 years old, right? He need his mama.
Right.
He need his mama. If it's not for mom, you know, come on. What
right.
So no, we, especially as single moms, I think it's definitely a priority, you know, to eat right as best you can, right? To drink the right things, to be mindful of what we're putting in our bodies. And then, you know, what our children see us doing, right? Because that's the unspoken lesson. In terms of whether we're going to perpetuate, you know, good diet, well-being, or whether we're going to perpetuate, you know, this, I don't care about my body and just, it's okay to just take a pill and go to the doctor and get a shot for everything, get a pill, you know, get a prescription for something.
Right. Mm-hmm. And you know, it's easy to get caught up in that as single parents, as parents and period, but definitely single parents, we will end up losing ourselves, letting ourselves go, not making ourselves priority because we're so busy trying to make sure that we provide for our children. And that's something that we just got to make sure we stay on top of.
And I'm guilty. I have to catch.
We all are.
I'm like, oh, but just like you, baby, I messed around and ate McDonald's twice this week. Like,
It be like that sometimes.
Okay, come on, we
bounce back.
We're going back to Doc Green's. Okay, let's get these salads popping.
Right.
So yeah, okay. So now before we jumped on here, we were talking about collaboration in reference to like other relationships, like even marriage, right? And life outside of business, like when everything gets shut down and you're in your home, right, with your family, what does that look like? So for you, do you want to be married? Or have you ever been married?
Oh, you put me on the spot this morning.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. I'm an open book anyway. Do I want to be married is a good question. I'm pondering that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm pondering that. A few years ago I did. But I don't know if I want to go down that route anymore right now. And the only reason, and I'll tell you the reason why, and I don't care what folks think. I'm over here on Instagram.
Okay.
I know that people change. We all change and evolve, you know, and I've learned that so much in the last few years. And for me, I'm gonna be real. I don't know if I'm at the point anymore where I want to be all the way locked into a contractual agreement.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because that's how I don't know if I want that.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's more spicier when there's not a title.
Okay, then. More spicy. Okay, spicy.
Yeah. When you have your boundaries, when you have your space, and I don't know. So that's where I'm at right now. And everybody had their own opinion. But for me, I don't think right now I want to be married.
Yeah.
And I've been engaged a couple times. So it's not that I haven't explored that arena, but I don't know if I want that right now. I don't.
Yeah. No, I understand that. You know, it's a lot. I've been married before.
Okay.
I was married before. I married my high school sweetheart.
Oh.
And then we got divorced. We got divorced in 2012.
Okay.
And we ran businesses together. You know, we spent a lot of time together. And I think that for he and I, because we had known each other since we were like 15 years old, we spent so much time together working and then on the personal side. And I got married at 28. What happened was at that time, we didn't understand how to create boundaries, Crystal, right? So we were just running into a ground like, okay, we working together all day. All right, when we get done with work, he want to go hang with his friends. I'm like, no, it's together time, right? Like,
Right.
I'm with you all day, right? And then it'll flip at times like that. And I think we would just wear each other out. And then after a while, I feel like just the passion, the romantic part of it for us relationally had kind of dissipated, but we were still very, very, very good friends and we could work really well together. And that's what happened. So we got divorced and we remained good friends. He actually passed away. He was diagnosed with multiple myeloma in 2019. So he passed in 2020 and he was really like my best friend. Right, really like my best friend. So so I was married and then so we didn't have any kids together. My son's father, I met him after we got divorced. I met him, we got engaged. And then we ended up not getting married. And I will have to say that for me, I did desire to be married, but because I've been married before, I knew I saw things that I was like, it's not gonna work.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, I saw those things after, I guess, I had my baby. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why you ain't see that?
I feel like that.
You know, hindsight is 2020. You know, maybe they were there, maybe I missed them, maybe I didn't want to see them. I don't know, right? I'm not blaming him for that. I'm just saying I saw that it wasn't going to be a lifelong together in the house. We're going to both be just like his parents forever, but us being together, I just didn't see it. And so we split, and then I became a single mom. But my son was 1 year old, you know. And so for me, do I want to be married? I actually like being married. I like being married. Okay. But I think I'm a little bit more ready for the compromise, the give and take, you know, this and that.
That definitely is it.
It's that, you know, it's a lot of that. And then being older with kids now and this and that and people living a life. And, you know, when you're younger, you can move around. But now it's like, no, I'm focused on future.
Absolutely.
Legacy.
Absolutely.
I ain't playing around in the street. You could do that, but I want no parts of that. So, yeah. But still a collaboration, right? Whether it's through a contractual agreement or whether it's just through a bond, understanding. Do you believe that having like your significant other, having a significant other and working together? Do you believe in whatever capacity that is, that's important, or no, just do it yourself?
Right. Clarity. Yeah. I totally get that. What about like, and then another thing, co-parentingship. Like, how do you do well with the co-parenting thing? Like, that's okay. Well, I'm working. Mine is a work in progress, and it took us a while to get here.
You know, I wish it were better, right?
Yeah.
But how about this? It's not bad. I don't have any communication with them.
Okay.
So it's like that. It's not toxic. It's not bad. It's not flowers and blossoming bloom good. It's just blah, right? I haven't really spoken with him, unfortunately. Now I will say this: he did come to the Science baseball game last week. I hadn't spoken to him in 2 years until the other week. Y'all really put myself out here, right? But
yeah,
it's not about me. My son was happy to see him, and I let that be, right?
Right.
I'm not the mom that's trying to use my child against the dad. I'm not trying to talk crap about his dad.
Right.
Look, he a young man. He really do need his father. If his father is not around, then the Lord will provide, okay?
Period.
But if he is going to be around, then my son has a right to interact with him. I don't feel like I don't have a desire to draw that. And that's just what it is.
Absolutely. I'm very familiar with that with my oldest child. So it is what it is.
That's right.
It just, those experiences definitely carve you to how you move forward in relationships. And hey, relationships take work.
They do. And I know
to work
together. And I will say this, like, as we build a relationship, like, I want it to work. Like, and I'm saying this out, like, I actually do want the relationships and partnerships that, whether it was created directly or indirectly or introduction, business, not like, even when my girlfriends bring other friend girls to the group, right? It's like, I don't desire to automatically, go in or find fault or, find a way to antagonize this other chick. Like, I'm not her, Now, if things goes bad, they just go bad. But I'm not looking to be like, oh, well, I'm not even that. So I'm excited, really, about it, because I know that I feel like the energy is so good and it's so pure, and the desire to win and help other people is so like in alignment that all we could do at this point, I feel, is just bring other people, women, men, single moms, like whatever the dynamic, the demographic is, bring them into the fold and show them that we have got to work together regardless.
I literally tell people, like, even with what I'm doing now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have people be like, Crystal, you're always like, now seem like you're into like network marketing and business. I said, look, I'm a people person for one. And I'm the type of chick, if you ask me what I got on, I'm gonna tell you where it's at and how much I paid for it. Everybody ain't like that.
Right.
I'll be like, girl, I bought this wig on such and such. They got a sale right now. Go on there now. I'm just a person who I like to give information if I can. I like to help the next person out, because years ago, I didn't have nobody who was kind of like me, who was helping me out. I had to go through a lot of crap to figure stuff out. And so I said, you know what? If I could be that person that can bring information and add value to different people and places, I'm going to do that. Like, what's so hard about me telling you about something I'm doing on my phone that's allowing me to get money in minutes? Like, why would I not want to share that information?
That's crazy, right?
I'm just going to sit over here and make my money while I watch you just be over there struggling, trying to look for a second job and do all kind of stuff. And why? No.
Well, the good news is that you do have the spirit, right, of wanting to share. I feel like I have that spirit too. Now, we can't control what people do.
No,
right?
We can't.
You can take the horse to the water, but you can't make them drink, all right? But listen, it's not my responsibility to make you drink. It's my responsibility to make you aware of the options that exist. Now,
absolutely,
choose to do. That's on you, all right? But I sleep good every night, Crystal, knowing that I have done my part with, okay, look, somebody hungry, let me show them this way you eat. Now, if you don't like this, okay.
Right. It is what it is. But you can't say I didn't tell you or give you the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just always going to add value everywhere I go. That's what I'm going to do. I feel good about it. You know, I'm a vessel of God. And, you know, God is within me. So I'm going to exude that type of energy wherever I go.
Yes, I see your light, Crystal. I see your light, girl.
I see yours too, girl. We gleaming.
All right. So listen, we're going to be rounding this up. But we have something very special that's taking place in Atlanta coming up. Actually, guys, it is next Tuesday, depending on when you're watching this. So the date is May the 24th. That is a Tuesday. It's going to be in Buckhead in Atlanta. And Crystal is one of the major headliners for this amazing event. I'm so excited.
I am too. Thank you for allowing me to participate.
That you'll be in the building. And I can't wait to hear you share more of your story, you know, and even present or whatever, you know, however the agenda works out. I really do want to, you know, see you and hear you and let the people see and feel and hear you even more, because I think that the fact that you started off like, I don't even think I can do this, right, to now like, well, I'm at least going for it. You know what I'm saying? Yes. What else can you ask from anybody?
Absolutely. I just stepped out on faith, you know, and I know I needed more money. Like at the end of the day, period, I need more money. My other business had went down. My income had been cut more than half. Yeah. So it was perfect time. And I just said, you know what, God, I'm going to step out on faith. I'm going to take this man up on what he told me could be a major thing in my life. And I did it. And I'm so happy to be here.
Yay. Well, collaboration definitely is a currency. It is something that has to be exchanged. It is not something that could be one-sided. Could we do this? Could I do this event without Crystal? Maybe. Could Crystal do the event without me? Probably. But doing it together with the other leaders in our Atlanta market, I think brings about excitement. And you know what? People like to feel like they are a part of something that's bigger than themselves. Anyway, right? Honest, good people, they really, really do. It's this whole isolation. I don't really know what energy that is, but being around, they say fellowship, right? Being around like-minded people and elevation and new ideas and ways to grow. I think this event, which is called Multiplying Money Tour, actually.
Multiplying the money.
That's right. Brett Wilkins will be flying in from Houston, Texas. He'll be doing a training as well. So guys, I will just say this. We're going to be talking about how to make money in minutes. We're going to do some training. Like we're going to show you physically how to do that. We're going to talk to you a little bit about the actual program, which is called B, that Crystal and I are both a part of, and why now is a great time. We are in a pre-launch for the United States.
Yes.
This company is 3 years old. It has already done, paid out over $100 million in commissions. Wow. Already 27 millionaires. Okay. Wow. 80% of them are Latin America, 20% are Europe and Asia. And the US had zero to do with any of that.
But we about to change that.
Oh, it is about to change drastically because the America is coming. And so as we build this market and we help a lot of people, I look forward to working with you, Crystal. And those of you guys that are watching, reach out to Crystal, DM her, inbox her, find her Instagram. How can they find you on Instagram? I think you're probably a little bit more active on Instagram too, right?
Yes. But either way, I check the DM. Coach with Crystal, not Coach Crystal, Coach with Crystal on IG. And of course, my name, Crystal Wilkinson, on Facebook. But thank you so much, Tracy, for allowing me to share your platform. I'm super excited about this connection and our collaboration. I'm excited to just be here and take over Atlanta with you. We're going to teach these people and show these people how they can make their money multiply in minutes over this phone right here.
Right here. Like since we've been talking, all time alerts been coming through. Right? Yes. Okay. So guys, get with Crystal, get with myself, get the details so you can get your tickets. It is a ticketed event. Every single person will need to get a ticket. Why? Because it is an evening event. There's going to be food. There's going to be beverage. There's going to be raffle giveaways. Like, it's a thing. It's not just to come hear about this company on a Tuesday and a Thursday. This is not what this is. This is a transformational event that we want you to come and be fed physically, but we also want you to be fed spiritually, because Jared's going to definitely bring that. And we want you to be fed financially. Me and Crystal can bring that, right? Some of our other leaders. And we're going to have a really, really good time. So, guys, get with Crystal, get with myself. Get your tickets to the Multiplying Money Tour right now, today. Seats are limited. $10. That's it. That's it, y'all. $10.
Yes.
And, we're going to see you.
Join the movement, because it's going to be a major movement.
Join the movement. You heard it live. All right, guys. Thanks, Crystal.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.